Howdy ho, 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 folks, and a Merry Christmas to everybody out there. How's everyone doing? Me? Oh, I'm doing quite well. Thank you so much for asking. That means the world to me, as it always does. And what am I smoking today? A cob? What is going on? Country gentleman, that's what I'm smoking. I hardly ever smoke cobs anymore. Why? Because they're inferior pieces of junk pipes. What? Don't X out the video yet. I was just joking. They're okay. They're okay. I just don't smoke cobs very often. Sorry. I know I've offended people. They've probably already X'd out this video. You know what? I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. What am I smoking today, you might ask? Well, I'm smoking the new Cornell and Diehl's corn cob pipe in a button nose. Their Christmas blend for 2016. I opened this tin back when I got it back in the summertime. Tried to do the whole, Merry Christmas in July thing. I was going to make a big video about it, and I decided, well, I tried one bowl of this stuff, and I'm like, ugh. How can I get in the Christmas mood when I have to smoke this crap? So I dug it back out and said, well, let's give it another whirl. This time in a cob, because it is it's implementing that it's a corn cob pipe and a Frosty the Snowman. So I thought I'll try in a cob, see if it's any better. And so far, it's an aromatic, folks. I'm not an aromatic guy, so really I am not the kind of guy that should be reviewing this. I'm probably going to give every aromatic a bad review. And I can see why people might like this. It's supposed to taste like hot cocoa in a pipe. If I wanted some hot cocoa, I would just make some hot cocoa. I don't even like hot cocoa because of the calories mainly. So I guess maybe there's an advantage of smoking this because there's no calories in smoking hot cocoa, except it doesn't taste like hot cocoa. It tastes like a hot mess. It's not burning my tongue. I don't know. It's weird. It's a really weird cut tobacco too. It's like pulverized almost. And it smells. And I have no idea what the room note smells like, but I would imagine that most people would want to be in the room with me smoking this. So I guess it probably would work in a huge gathering. They'd be like, ooh, what are you smoking? Oh, that smells just so wonderful. I've always wanted to take up pipe smoking because it just smells so wonderful. Do people actually do that? I don't know. So if you're an aromatic smoker, you're probably going to like this. If you like hot cocoa and you're an aromatic smoker, then probably buy some of this stuff. If you're not an aromatic smoker, I don't know what I was thinking, quite honestly. I guess I like the tin art. And I like trying all of Cornell and Diehl's stuff. And believe it or not, there's no mold in here either. It's mold-free. Well, I already showed you the tobacco. It's mold-free tobacco. And it's been open for 6 months. Almost. Pretty close anyway. And my pipe keeps going out because it's stuck moist. Even after sitting in the tin, it's still moist. Yeah, I'm secretly wanting just a nice Virginia flake right now. That's what's really circulating in my mind. Anyway, the tobacco really wasn't the purpose of the video. The video was more to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Yes, it was. It was to wish everybody just a Merry Christmas. Yes. The pipe feels weird. And I've been over the last 2 weeks, I dug out the Christmas music finally. I usually tend to kind of give a one-time through the Christmas albums that I really like, and then I put them away again for another year. I don't sit countless hours listening to Christmas music over and over and over again because it gets repetitive. And, yeah. So I tend to like Christmas albums that have a lot of original material on them. There are some that have, the classics. But anyway, I'm going to give you my top 6 Christmas albums of all time. My favorite 6 Christmas albums. I tried to do 5. I couldn't narrow it down to 5. So I'm going to give you 6. the top 6 Christmas albums, to me, of all time, that I do try to listen to at least once a year, give them a one-time through, because I've listened to them so many times, I'm not going to sit there and listen to them over and over and over again. Enough already. This video is already too long. And if you don't want to listen to it, I don't blame you if you just exit out. I really don't care, quite honestly. I don't. So, here we go. After I light my pipe again. Number 6. My number 6 album, Christmas album, is Enya's And Winter Came album. Certainly, if you haven't heard of Enya, she's kind of like a Celtic New Age artist. She's very popular, and she came out with a Christmas album back in 2007, I think, somewhere around there. This is a very good album. A lot of original stuff on here. It's different. It's just something different. No more Bing Crosby, for crying out loud. So, no, there's no Bing Crosby in this list. Number 5 Christmas album is Neil Diamond's The Christmas Album Volume 2. Neil Diamond's got, I think, 4 Christmas albums now. Actually, he has 2, like, Christmas albums, and then there's, like, 2 more that are kind of like rehashed Christmas albums. Stay away from those. They're not as good. This one, Volume 2, is a classic to me. Because, hey, why wouldn't you want the Jewish Elvis to sing you some Christmas carols, eh? His version of Joy to the World is one of my favorites. And he also does a version of Candlelight Carol, which I really like that song. I think it's the best version of Candlelight Carol there is. And, of course, he does kind of like this reggae version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. How many times can you listen to that song? So it's got to be a little different. Neil Diamond delivers. Number 5. Number 4 Christmas album of all time. The Moody Blues, December. Now, this is a really good album. I'm a huge Moody Blues fan, so when they came out with a Christmas album, I was delighted. But I thought, well, this could be a train wreck too. But it really isn't, because there's a few original songs on here. One being Don't Need a Reindeer. Really cool song, I think. December Snow, like that. Of course, they do Happy Christmas, War is Over. Unnecessary, you know. Plus, the John Lennon version has been played to death. So I really don't need the Moody Blues to sing it too. It's just kind of, ugh. But still, really good album. Love this album. I love the last song, In the Blink of, the Bleak of Midwinter. Love that song. Give it a whirl. You might like it, you might not. But it's my number 4 favorite Christmas album of all time. Number 3 is Steve Lukather and Friends, Sentimental. Steve Lukather, best known as the lead guitarist for Toto. Obviously, everyone knows I'm a huge Toto fan, so of course I would like Steve Lukather's solo Christmas album. But there's a lot of famous musicians on here, one being Eddie Van Halen, and Greg Bissonette on drums on most of them. Simon Phillips drums appears, and who else is on here? Edgar Winter is on this album on a few songs. Who else? Lenny Castro. But you get the Larry Carlton's on here too. Really cool arrangements to some of these some all-time classic songs. Joy of the World, Green Sleeves, Jingle Bells, Carol of the Bells. Really well done. Absolutely fantastically produced album. And it's different, something different to listen to. Give it a whirl. Number 2 favorite Christmas album of all time is Michael W. Smith's It's a Wonderful Christmas. Now, this is an absolute Christmas masterpiece where he has written all the songs and, well, minus a couple, because there's What Child Is This is on here. But it was produced in the Abbey Abbey Road Studios with a 65-piece orchestra and 4 choirs. His song, The Promise, on here might be my favorite Christmas song now of all time. Fantastic. Michael W. Smith has 4 Christmas albums now. They're all good, every one of them. This one's the best because it feels like a completely original piece. It's just really good. You should try it to listen to it. I don't think this video is very good. And my favorite Christmas album of all time is Vince Guaraldi's A Charlie Brown Christmas. Sorry it's in such bad shape. It's actually a copied version. I can't find my original. I was looking around, couldn't find it. But a copied version of Vince Guaraldi Trio, A Charlie Brown's Christmas. Now, I'm a huge fan of Vince Guaraldi. I've got all his albums. I love his piano playing. And, of course, who doesn't like A Charlie Brown's Christmas? This is an absolute classic. I'm sure most of you have all heard most of the songs on here, as it's become holiday tradition for a lot of people to listen to this album. So, this is probably the most cliche album in my top 6, would be this one, and it's number 1. I love this album. Never gets old, and this one I might listen to twice. Might listen to this one twice, too, because this is really good. Well, maybe I'll listen to this one again, too. And this one, maybe one more time. And this one. I'll give him another spin. Along with, the 75 other Christmas albums that I have in my library. Can't listen to them all, but I can listen to the top 6 at least twice. Anyway, that's all I had. Just thought I'd share that. This video certainly is not very exciting. Probably not what you were expecting at all. The trashing of a corncob pipe and a button nose. And my top 6 Christmas albums of all time. Until next time, that's all I've got today. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.